Welcome, everybody, to the 5-Star Frogcast. I am your host, Kevin Benet Amador. And with me is my tag partner, the champion, T-Money, Tyler Harrison.
Still champion.
We didn't do Wrestle Dream predictions. We kind of forgot about it.
I know. We did. I did for sure. I didn't even know. I thought Wrestle Dreams was like a Dynamite show. You know how like they sometimes do that? That's what I thought.
Yeah, and then I realized it's live on pay-per-view, and I was like, oh well. Overall, though, I mean, we'll get back to it. Up. Overall, we'll get back to Wrestle Dream and everything, but it was a good pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But we want to save it for the end of our show, and we want to go right to WWE. Some big things have been happening over the past week or so. Shout out to our last video; it did pretty good on YouTube.
We're out there making.
I guess all the people like CM Punk. I guess a lot of people like CM Punk.
I think our biggest view was when CM Punk first quit AEW, the whole suspension.
I think CM Punk has done very good for the Frogcast.
Yeah, I think
which is why he's also part of this episode. He is.
Yep, he is
part of this episode in some way. November is going to be a big month for us too. Then. Yeah. If he does what he, I hope he does.
Let's kick it off. Let's kick it off.
Let's kick it off.
No Mercy that happened. Oh, you want to kill? Oh, never mind.
I want to kick it off Jade Gargill.
Okay, the big one, the shocker that some people
didn't
see coming.
Yeah, she's with WWE. She's been training at the Performance Center, so she's gearing up and everything, looking good, making sure she's in tip-top shape, ready to make her what I think will be main roster debut. But you also have plans for NXT.
I like to see her. She's Jade Gargill. Oh my God, I keep messing it up. Jade Gargill is a great superstar. She's a little bit rough around the edges right now. As we kind of seen in AEW. Not saying she's a bad talent. She's just got so much potential.
Yeah.
I think I know what they're doing right now. Well, I thought I did, and now I'm not sure because Rhea Ripley returned and she's having her feud with Nia Jax. But originally, I thought Nia Jax would be going against her.
No, see, I know what they're gonna do now.
But
especially with one guy losing.
Yeah, but with Becky Lynch, she's holding the title still in NXT. I think it'd be a good opportunity for her to drop it to Jade. It would give her definitely so much credit to beat a Grand Slam champion, and then let her kind of have an Asuka run in NXT where she just dominates the division, and let her be the ideal. Like, if this woman can have a good feud with her, she's ready for the NXT. She's ready for the main roster, because I think Jade Gargill's she's close to being main roster ready. Just a little few tweaks here and there. That's why I think she'd be a good stepping stone. Tiffany Stratton already, with Becky Lynch, she already deserves that to be up there. But let's just say hypothetically she feuded with her and she did great, like she's doing with Becky. Yeah, okay, she deserves to be up there. I think it's a good stepping stone, and that's why I think people complain why is Becky Lynch still the NXT champion? But it's because they want to see where some of these their superstars are at. They're women wrestlers. Okay, if they're creating a great feud with Becky Lynch, well, guess what? We can expect them to go up and do good, because there's been plenty of times. Sadly, like Candice LeRae, I've heard much from her.
Honestly, Zoe Stark as well now. What's going on with her? She had such a high point, and now she's
but she's getting there. She's getting there again with Shayna Baszler. She kind of had a thing.
I think Shayna Baszler is pulling her down. I think she's better than Shayna Baszler.
I do too, but I think right now she's just in a rough spot where Rhea's the champion, and she's
but she's had such a high moment. She has to keep the momentum going.
If
that's
she was on SmackDown, been different. But
that's where SmackDown comes into play, and that's why I think Gargill's going right to SmackDown with Carmelo Hayes, who just dropped the title to Ilya. They're going to join the Hurt Business. I know a lot of people out here saying Bianca Belair. Bianca makes sense because Montez. It's too obvious. I don't like it. It's too obvious. Maybe down the road, but not right now. Hurt Business gets 2 new people, Gargill and Hayes. SmackDown. I don't know if it'll be this SmackDown or they're going to wait a little longer, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Wait longer. Hayes will get a rematch for his title at NXT. They're going to do it.
He'll lose, and then he'll just...
They're going to do a trilogy, and they'll lose, and then he'll come up. And I think by the time he comes up, what's it called?
I think Jade
Jade will be
should
ready.
come soon. I think she's gonna come sooner.
I think they'll bring it up together, like you said. I can see that, and I do.
After Fastlane, or maybe at Fastlane, that's when they do it. Maybe they just do it.
Because they have a match with the Brawling Brutes, right?
They do.
At Fastlane.
Maybe they just do it there.
Carmella Hayes. Yeah, Carmella Hayes will be there. Trix Williams sadly won't be there, but he is actually one of the most over wrestlers in NXT.
Yes.
I don't know how much you watch NXT, but you got Booker T doing his ad libs, the fans with his theme song. He's just got everything going. He was Carmella Hayes' mouthpiece, so you know he could talk. He's getting better in the ring. He just won the NXT North American Championship.
Yeah.
Which is smartest move they could make, because he's so over right now, right?
Yeah.
Like, that sucks that Dom loses it. He had a good run. He had some good matches too.
He did.
It was good to give him that boost of confidence and help him work in NXT a bit. And now, obviously, he's not done feuding. He's gonna have his rematch, I think, tonight. I think it's tonight.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, but he's gonna have his match with Trix Williams.
Yeah. Before we transition to that, also in the Performance Center, Randy Orton has been training for the past week or so. Yeah. Been some pictures, so we know Randy's gonna come back soon. Finally, I know it's been a long time, but he's older now. He ought to make sure he's actually in tip-top shape and ready to come back and not get injured again, right? So glad to see him out there.
He came off of a back injury first off, right?
Yeah.
I heard a lot of rumors going around. Maybe not rumors, but fantasy booking with Randy Orton. It would be John Cena versus him, loser retires type match at WrestleMania.
Hey, maybe.
And I mean, I definitely can see it. Those two had created the best rivalries.
John Cena would love to lose that though, because I don't think Randy. What did Randy do?
No, that's why I'm saying John Cena would probably lose it. That's how they retired.
That would be a really emotional match.
That's what I'm saying, because one person's actually leaving. Maybe
like if that, but
Orton's back's too bad.
I don't know if I want that
Orton's
because that's
too bad.
That's main event worthy, man.
I know, but
I don't want that.
I mean, I could be main event night one. There's always two nights, right?
That deserves main event night two, man. Those are two legendary stars that made the company what it is now.
I know they were big parts of transitioning into the new era. I mean,
guess
that's the big fantasy booking. Obviously that'd be the place to do it at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that's of course. I think the writer strike's over now and the actor strike's almost coming to a close. So
is it? I don't even know. Maybe.
Last time I heard the writing strike was kind of like almost done.
Finally, I don't know. We'll see.
The actors would also, but yeah. Before we go into the whole more topic, Brian Pillman Jr. potentially in NXT. There's been vignettes where this guy sitting on a couch flicking through like an old TV, and a lot of people are saying it's Brian Pillman Jr. for multiple reasons. One, they were looking at a training camp for the Cincinnati Bengals. So people who don't know, his dad was a linebacker for the Cincinnati Bengals. Then he was also switching to WCW. Obviously, everyone knows him as the Hollywood Blonde, big time in WCW. There was also a couple of more vignettes about it. And so everyone's like, yeah, this is Brian Pillman Jr. He's debuting. Everyone knew this rumor was happening. It seems like what Triple H and WWE is doing with young stars, Jade Gargill, and now Brian Pillman Jr. They're letting them grow in front of a good crowd in AEW, and when they feel like they're ready, they're swooping in and taking them. Which it's interesting. Smart idea. It's like a second developmental that I don't think Tony Khan knows yet that's happening, or he doesn't care because there's no room for them. So he's fine with letting them go. The Jade Gargill probably stung a bit because it's like, well, that was a star.
Yeah.
But Brian Pillman hasn't been doing much, right? No. So it's like, okay, that's fine. But you got to be careful. Next thing you know, he might take the Guns, but I don't think they will. The Guns are doing great things with Jay right now.
They take the Guns. That would be really good. That'd be really
big. That's big for the Bullet Club. Their Bullet Club.
It could happen.
Yeah, they're not taking back CJ Perkins though. That's for sure. They ain't taking him back.
No. But let's get into Dom. You know, he's got his rematch tonight. A lot of film stake. A lot of stuff's out there because the mommy last night, Rhea Ripley, she came back. She noticed Dom doesn't got his belt no more. Basically said, you're gonna get a rematch, and if you don't come out with that championship, don't come home. And Dominic was, I don't know, it's a lot of pressure on him now.
Yeah.
So now, but this is
maybe like
this is Rhea Ripley
this is
taking charge of the company, though. This is not company, the group. It's basically her saying to the group that I'm the leader. You guys got to keep your belts, or Judgment Day is gonna fold.
It's interesting because now this makes Judgment Day even more interesting because maybe now Dom's the one, because they got Dom so over as a heel, but now a lot of people are liking him because his in-ring has improved a lot.
It has. He still needs to do some stuff to really get me over.
For sure. That's
I'm gonna be very picky with Dom.
But I mean, his match with Dragon Lee was one of his best matches he had all year. It was a great match at Raw. His frog splash looks like a thing of beauty now. Yeah, it actually looks real good.
Good. He needs to get rid of the 619. He needs to stop.
I do agree.
He needs to stop doing that. He needs to do like a DDT into a 5-star frog splash.
He already has a great signature. It's the Mika. What's it called? Oh my goodness! I always mess this up. No. It's the driver where it's like he flips something.
Mika. Yeah. Michinoku driver. Michinoku.
Yeah. He just does it so good. And
that's more of a normal basic.
But that's a good signature to replace the 619 with.
I would make that like one of your build-up moves. I would do that.
Hits it beautifully.
Or if he can do a Falcon Arrow, I'd like that. That's a little better.
I think the two amigos into a Falcon Arrow would be pretty sick.
Do the two amigos into the Falcon Arrow. That's actually good. Yeah, that's a good signature. And then do the 5-star frog splash. Yeah. Boom. Shout out.
Shout out to us. But no, yeah,
Frogcast.
This is very interesting. Because now it's YouTube. We all thought Damian Priest. We all thought Damian Priest was gonna be turned on. We all thought Finn Balor was gonna be turned on. Now we're all thinking Dominic Mysterio.
They gotta do it though, right? They gotta do all three.
Hear me out. What if they just pull the carpet under us and get rid of Rhea because she's being too in control?
Maybe Damian. Damian's the guy who would step up and be like, you know what?
This is
too much.
Too full of power.
You're out of here.
Damian likes to. Let's be real. Right now, honestly, Damian's technically the potential to be the most.
You know what?
Champion in that because he's got technically 2 titles already.
It's true.
Champion. And then potential World Heavyweight Championship, which he's got to win at Fastlane, right? He's got to win it soon.
We keep saying that, but I think they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait.
They're gonna build something.
No, it's good. It's cool you say that because now that came to my mind. You know, Survivor Series, Judgment Day, and I think Hurt Business maybe if they can get Cargill or Belair to join in on that group from now till November. Think about it. So you can have like a mixed tag team War Games match where you have one member of each side, or you still have all the male members on each side, but then you have Cargill debut at Survivor Series to help the Hurt Business. But now Judgment Day doesn't got a woman to take down another woman, and Rhea Ripley has to come back and show her, what's the word?
Interesting. Dominance,
but not her gain the trust back that she can be part of the team and not like necessarily the leader, like take over but maybe do that. Maybe that's an idea that they could do.
I know that for sure. I think they're going to do Judgment Day versus they're going to do Judgment Day as one of the Survivor and so
they won't do Bloodline. Bloodline's done, man. Bloodline is literally coming down to the end.
But
it's unfortunate.
It's right now. It's gonna be, if it is, it's gonna be a 4-on-4.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it's gonna be, Balor, Damian, JD,
Dom.
and Dom taking on Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens.
I guess.
They're already writing up. They're building the story.
No, but they got to do Survivor Series, so they still theoretically have to do SmackDown versus Raw. They like to do that.
Not necessarily. Not because they scratched that whole thing for.
They did, but I feel like they're gonna bring it back, and I don't know if I'm a huge fan of it or not.
They could. There's not.
They don't have to fully bring it back, but they can bring something back, and I think a new team with the Hurt Business and how much they're gonna build them up with Judgment Day, how they're going. I think it can make sense. I don't know. It's an idea. I don't mind the Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, Cody, Sammy idea. But it seems just too obvious. It's like, okay, we built these guys up for 2 months now. Let's just put them in a cage and have them fight.
and that's what essentially they're going to do, because right now you got, because the Fastlane, because we are in October right now, so it's a month away. Usually around Thanksgiving, so a month and so away, and you already have Fastlane, Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
you already know Sami Zayn's all for Jey Uso. Kevin Owens is the odd one out that's like, nah, I don't trust this guy. And then with that, obviously, I think at Fastlane they'll come in. It's gonna be a 4-on-2, and they're gonna come in and help them.
Or they literally build this up of the Kevin Owens Jey Uso thing, and Jey Uso helps them win at War Games Survivor Series, and there you go. That win Kevin Owens.
And they gain the trust. Yeah.
That's another idea, but I don't like the obvious stuff. I like when they go.
I know it's too predictable, but I really think that's where they're going. Mind you, then that leaves its opening. Maybe because the Hurt Business is feuding right now, right? With, I think, the OC, right?
Yeah. Well, no.
So here.
Yeah.
No, because are they? Let's build this up. Let's throw in 3 more competitors. Let's make it a. Let's make it a 7-on-7, a 14-man.
This is AEW bookings.
Yeah, why not?
This is AEW bookings.
But here's the thing: is
Tony, where you at?
Then you can set up Rhea versus Jade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a tough spot because there are so many good people in right now. Maybe they don't do board games. Maybe they scrap it.
Yeah, maybe they scrap it. They go back to. I also still want to see a traditional 5-on-5 elimination tag match. Where the heck is that gone? That is Survivor Series to me, not War Games.
They just been. The last time it was good was NXT.
No, last time it was good was the Authority. That was good. Dolph Ziggler.
That was good. Who got released, by the way, Ziggler. That was good. No, but NXT, come on. Keith Lee was a star after that.
It was good, but like
that was
something that resembles with me, and I still remember is Dolph Ziggler, Sting, them coming out. That was like the last one.
Yeah, but everyone forgets Sting helped. Like, that's
the thing I remember. That's the thing in WWE. You can't forget that. He came to WWE.
Yeah, that was big. That was a big moment. And then they were reinstated a week later. So,
because Seth Rollins is that guy. That's who he is.
That's how stupid that storyline was at the time.
That's also why we're going to transition from this, and we're going to talk about Seth Rollins now. Yeah, we're talking about Seth Rollins. It's CM Punk, baby.
I didn't think you were going to transition to that. I completely forgot we had to talk about
I had to because I was thinking of how good Seth Rollins is to get John Cena to say, bring back the Authority. How could you not forget that? With who just debuted in AEW? Adam Copeland, Edge? Yeah, exactly. All of it coming together.
I thought you were going to transition to that. Honestly, that's what I was like, okay, you did.
Good transition, eh?
Edge.
Good transition, yeah. That was a good one.
So Seth Rollins
last week said best in the world. Now, let's flash back. CM Punk on his whatever MMA show he does. I don't know what it's called.
All right, you want to? If we're gonna do this, do you want to flash back to Chris Jericho saying he's the best in the world? Maybe just Chris Jericho's.
Maybe I do.
Who knows?
So anyways, let's get this wrapped up.
Let's get this crazy. Yeah.
So CM Punk, he said the guy's like, you're free for a bit here, right? He's like, yeah, I got like 2 months. All right, so 2 months, November time, and that gets everyone speculating. Oh, CM Punk. November, Survivor Series in Chicago, it lines up. But then obviously there's speculation. Even you and I were going back and we're like, yeah, CM Punk won't go to WWE. It just doesn't make sense. His past and everything.
If he's going, it's got to be a full contract. It's not going to be a one-off appearance.
No, exactly. So, now, we get back to last week. It was Raw, yeah. Seth Rollins said best in the world. Now, go back to this week. Now, Tony also sent me this. So, Tony is still part of the podcast. I know he makes his odd appearance, but he's helping. He's helping, don't worry. So, back in 2005, CM Punk said, this is my stage. This is my theater, and you're my puppets, basically. That's what he said at Ring of Honor. I think it was one of his last weeks.
Matches,
yeah, one of them. And then this past from Michael Cole sets with Rollins set in the ring, but it seems like this time around you're actually the puppet. They're giving a lot of hints out to this, and Triple H is the type of guy. Like you wouldn't, if Vince McMahon was in charge, you wouldn't see this type of stuff.
Triple H doesn't hold grudges because look what happened with Cody Rhodes.
He laughs. He probably finds it funny, to be honest.
He understands the business, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a wrestler, so he understands. Okay, yeah, you got to make a name for yourself.
Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, Triple H, this is how he acknowledges the rest of the wrestling world and the whole company itself. So
I mean, if you're thinking Seth Rollins is gonna be the first feud,
oh yeah,
right?
Oh yeah, it did make sense.
You can't even go back to, I think, what was it? Was it 2K22 or 2K23 where he was like, "Oh, would you want CM?" When first CM Punk got kicked out of AEW, and he called him a cancer.
Yeah, this is why he would do it.
It's probably because set up that's for
Triple H knows the proper way to settle this whole feud, settle this whole argument. You let them actually fight in the ring. Tony Khan needs to learn. I said it before. I'll say it again. That's how you do it. They should have done CM Punk versus Hangman. That would have settled everything. By the way, the Bucks would have never gone to a fight. Kenny would have not got his ear bitten off.
Hear me out. Do you think they use real glass? Do you think they use real glass?
I don't care if they use real glass or not.
Do you think they use real glass?
Maybe they did. I don't know.
Hey.
Honestly,
I'm just saying.
No, they did, because real glass wouldn't actually shatter. Real glass would do what it did.
Yeah, I know.
So they did. They used real glass because if it was
joke,
glass,
saying, do you think CM Punk and Rollins will use real glass? Because the whole
I didn't know. I was just in the moment. I thought you were literally asking me.
If we see a spot like that, I will cry.
No, actually,
I will laugh.
Rollins would do it as a joke.
Jack Perry would be so cheap.
Honestly, no, Rollins would use sugar glass, but in the moment, it would actually piss off CM Punk.
Yeah, for sure.
But Rollins would do it because that's the type of guy he is, and he's gonna definitely do shots at him. You got to think of it as part wrestling, but also business-wise, how good it would be to see a promo between those two.
It's gonna be Matt Riddle versus Rollins all over again type promo.
Pretty much.
He just made it personal.
And we remember that still, right? So I'm just saying.
They were fighting when we were in Toronto.
They were.
And then Dexter Lumis came. We thought he was a crazy guy.
Doing, but I don't know. All right. Let's end this the proper way with the big debut of Adam Copeland, also known as Edge. All those who
going by corner in AEW soon. Instead of Edge, it's corner.
Nah,
he returned. Nick Wayne joined Christian.
Yeah.
Smartest thing he did, which I love.
Smartest thing. And did you watch the press conferences?
Yeah.
Christian did some good stuff against that one reporter.
Yeah.
Edge obviously really pumped up to be here. He named a few wrestlers he'd love to work with. He's gonna have his first match against Luchasaurus in Dynamite, following week.
Nice.
Yeah. He got guys I think who did he say? Well, I mean, there's guys that he hasn't even been in the ring with, right? Sting, his whole career, if you think about it, not once been in the ring with him, so that's big.
That's not surprising because he came in Dolph Ziggler.
All the indie shows when he was retired, everything, you could have thought maybe one time he crossed paths.
I think he was more worried about his neck.
It's true.
But
it's still a cool thing to think of.
I mean, Sting, yes, for sure, but we're picking. You pick too easy. You gotta really pick them. You got first off. I don't think he's ever had a match with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, he has.
Has he? I don't remember him.
WWE.
Him. Oh yeah. No, he was tag team with him.
Yeah, they face each other in a triple threat.
When? Which one is
the main event of WrestleMania? Oh yeah, main event.
Yeah, I meant one-on-one.
Yeah, it doesn't. That. I don't want to see that. I've seen that.
Okay, fine. Kenny Omega's obviously the big one.
Kenny Omega, Bucks, Keith Lee. I think he's the one guy you actually said.
Oh, wow, I'm surprised. I don't want to wrestle Keith Lee.
I would. Keith Lee's a great wrestler. They're not using him right.
Guy looks like he's 80.
Hey.
No, Swerve.
Swerve is another guy. I believe he's.
That's a good one. I want.
Hangman. I'm
Luke
sure he would have
Perry,
said CM Punk if he was still there.
Yeah, but they fought too.
Yeah, but if this is for old time's sake.
Obviously,
Chris Jericho.
It has to be with
we live that one. Matt Hardy. they gotta bring Lita now.
That'd be hilarious. That's a good one.
Matt Hardy legit wants to kill the guy.
Yeah, Matt Hardy. They're actually good friends now.
They are good friends. They made up.
Yeah.
But see, they made up through a feud.
Obviously, you have to do it. FTR versus Edge and Christian.
I think that's the final match.
Yeah, they're the reason why Edge is back in wrestling. A big reason,
exactly,
because they helped train him. So
I'm glad you brought up that, because I was going to say that, and that's I think the final match they do, and that'll be in a year's time from now, because he's a full timer, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Which I don't blame him, because I mean,
he's not going to get as much out of it.
Be a one-off. To him, this is his like final tour. This is like his Melky Cabrera. I'm gonna throw some sports out terms, like goodbye tour. This whole year, he's faced everyone in WWE. He's faced all types of Randy Orton, Batista, John Cena, Big Show, Dolph Ziggler, Punk. I completely forgot about Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. Now it's his time to face people he didn't get. The Undertaker. How can I forget the Undertaker? One of his bigger feuds. Now he's gonna face off against people who he hasn't done stuff with. So obviously Kenny, Young Bucks, FTR, and obviously his buddy Edge and Christian, Luchasaurus. Darby Allin might be out there. Hangman. There's so many.
It's gonna be a good year, or however long it is. But I'm very interested. It's grossed like over I think up to in the 3 million now, 3 to 4 million now views on their YouTube page. Honestly, I think it's probably gonna be bigger than CM Punk. I'm gonna say it right now. I think it's their biggest signing. I think it is.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
Hey, you know what? You can debate with me on a new app called I Told Ya, which is our sponsor for this video. But
is it? All right.
Yeah. You can go debate with us.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you because CM Punk had too much controversy.
Store.
I think that's all the time we have.
It'll be out there.
After that,
it'll be out there. Don't worry.
That little
go download that app. Go vote on if you agree or disagree. That's actually one of my new topics I'm going to be talking about this week. Is Adam Copeland is the biggest signing for AEW. All my points. Maybe Tyler here will have to go on the disagree on that one, and
we'll see.
But that is all the time we have for this week's episode of the 5-Star Frogcast. You can follow us on our Instagram page at 5-Star Frogcast, TikTok at the 5-Star Frogcast. We like posting our memes there, and our YouTube at the 5-Star Frogcast. But until the next episode, Tyler, it is time to ring the bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
And we'll catch you in the next one.